Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the world of Movie Melee. I am your host, Kaleb Koho, and tonight the team's titles are on the line. And you're probably going, well, Kaleb, there was no build-up for this. There were no teams playing off since the tournament. What's going on? Well, that's because Ginyu Force has an automatic rematch, and they are cashing it in today to take on Judgment City. The last time these guys played at Mayhem, it was a great match, a strong showing, and I'm sure there will be fireworks here again tonight. Joining me on the desk is the best Canadian, Dylan Van Pen. How you doing, Dylan?
I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, this should be a good one. Look, Judgment City has been playing fantastic this year, 5-0 undefeated, just looking pretty much unstoppable. And Ginyu Force, obviously, their reputation precedes them. They're one of the great teams of all time, I think, in this league. So I think this should be a really interesting match. Very excited to see how the rematch plays out as opposed to the first one, because I think Ginyu wasn't really on their A game when they first played Judgment City. So I'm interested to see if they made the improvements this time around.
For sure. Here, some fun things to point out here during the final act is Judgment City is going for a record. If they win tonight, they will set the undefeated win streak record and start 6-0, something that was held by the concept previously as well by Bring Out Your Dead. And Ginyu Force still chasing history, extending the lead they have. They have the all-time win record in teams. So two history-making teams trying to write their name permanently in the record books tonight. It's going to be a good one. So we'll start with our challengers tonight, David and Payson. Ginyu Force, it's been a long time since I've called you guys the challengers. You guys are coming in tonight with the rematch. How are you guys feeling about taking on Judgment City again?
Last time we played, particularly for myself, I didn't play my best. It's pretty bad game for myself. But for this one, yeah, coming into this, we're underdogs pretty much, and I think that's how I like it right now. Kind of like nothing to lose, and just I think I'm for myself. I'm coming in here trying to do way better than last time and do the best I can for Payson and for our team. So.
Yeah, I can definitely say I did not play my best game last time. I think I can speak for myself personally when I said I came into that match way too wound up and way too, I think, stressed out. And I think just coming into this match, I'm already feeling way more loosened up. And I just want to put on a good match. Like David said, we don't really have anything to lose, even though I don't like saying that because I feel like that kind of makes you go in with a little bit of a defeatist attitude. And I want to win. I want to become the first three-time team's champion, and let's just have fun. Jeremy and Boat, they're a great team. Let's do this.
Yeah,
for sure. So we'll bring in the champions, Boatman and Jeremy, Judgment City. You guys were able to defend from back to formula, get a defense under your belts, which is something that neither of you had ever done before in teams with your previous ones. So that was a nice notch in the belt for both of you. How are you feeling about taking on Ginyu again and looking to get a second defense?
I think beating Ginyu the first time was, I think, a big personal victory for both of us. And, I think clearly you can tell they want it back. I think they want to take us on. And I think this is going to be a really interesting match. We'll see where it goes. But I'm really proud of where we've gone. And regardless of what happens, I love teaming with Jeremy. We're not going anywhere. We'll see what happens.
And yeah, I definitely know that we've done great. I'm really proud of what we accomplished, but I also would like to have a win streak like Ginyu had. So that's definitely something that Kaleb and I both want. So.
For sure. Well, that would start with a win tonight, and we will get right into round number one, which works like this. You are each going to get 8 questions from 8 different areas within the realm of general movie trivia. Should you get all 8 questions correct, you'll be issued a bonus question. You have 4 repeats for the entirety of the match and a challenge rule. Any questions as we get into round number one?
No. Nope.
All right, then your first question will come in the category of recent releases. Who voices the Spot in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse?
This movie. Oh, I haven't. I was just going to say, this movie made me want to go back and rewatch the original because I wasn't as crazy about it as everyone else, but I loved this one.
I thoroughly enjoyed both of them. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Perfect trilogy in town, potentially. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. We will start with Jeremy.
I'm sorry, I still need to see it. I just said Pete Davidson. I don't know.
We'll go to David.
Sorry, man. John Mulaney.
We'll go to Boatman.
Jason Schwartzman.
And we'll go to
That's
Pacer.
right. That's right.
Thought he was a bitter man, spoke of women's ways. Jason Schwartzman.
Jason Schwartzman is correct. 1-1 as we get to your second question from Dylan.
Yep. Which will come in the category of crime. What state does Badlands primarily take place in?
This is one of those where it's like all the ideas of directions I had. I'm like, I don't want to give them anything.
I could rehash an old banter bit I did and
That'd be
say,
great,
what's your favorite state of matter? Screwed that one up.
State of matter. Wow. Liquid, I guess. I don't know why.
There you go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Not me struggling to come up with an answer as to what they are. Hands down. We'll go to David.
Texas?
We'll go to Boatman.
Between this or Montana, I said South Dakota.
We'll go to Mason.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. I said Texas.
And we'll go to Jeremy.
I'm blanking. I said Kansas.
South Dakota is correct.
Oh, Caleb.
So, Boat will give judgment the 2-1 leads. We get to your third question in the category of comedy. What 90s comedy features a couple watching Sleepless in Seattle and a battle between knights at medieval times?
Should I watch Sleepless in Seattle?
Maybe. Are you just in the mood? Just looking on. Sure, it's on a cable channel or something. Maybe?
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it. I don't know. There's so many movies I need to see. I don't know if I need to prioritize that one or not.
I wouldn't personally,
All right.
but people like this movie.
Yeah, fuck you, Sleepless in Seattle.
3, 2, 1. Rewatch Into the Spider-Verse. It's better. Pens down. We'll go to Bowman.
There were no utensils in medieval times, hence there are no utensils at medieval times. Would you like a refill on your Pepsi? The cable guy.
We'll go to Payson.
I didn't put an article, but it's the cable guy.
We'll go to Jeremy.
The cable guy.
And David.
The cable guy.
The cable guy will accept both. 4-3 Judgment Cities. We get to your next question.
In the category of drama, what is the name of the magazine that Walter works for in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty?
Weird. This is a weird coincidence. No questions.
What?
Ben Stiller.
Oh.
It's just like weird. I just noticed. I was like, "This." All right. Weird that works. Anyway,
Yeah.
do you have any Badlands in Canada, or is it all a Badland?
Yeah, all of Saskatchewan sucks here.
That's fair. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. We will go to Payson.
Am I an idiot? I thought it was just life.
We will go to Jeremy.
Look.
We'll go to David.
Life?
And we'll go to Boatman.
Discount Monopoly? Life?
First of all, fuck you. Second of all, you're all correct with life.
No, not me.
I define
I didn't-
time.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
As we get to your next question, which comes in the category of classics. What kind of establishment does Johnny work in for the majority of Gilda?
That's a nice name, Gilda.
Right? I like it.
Yeah. Very
Name-
old name.
Rude.
I'm sorry, I spent the whole day studying. My brain's already fried, so this banter's gonna be rough. We're halfway through it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will go back to Jeremy.
Nightclub.
We will go to David.
Grocery store. I don't know.
We'll go to Boatman.
I said a casino.
And we'll go to Payson.
I put a hotel.
Casino is correct. So 6-5 as we move on to your next question.
Which will come in the category of directors. Which actor directed 2014's Lost River?
I need a technical. Sorry, I miss. I didn't hear the whole thing. I didn't hear anything. Sorry.
Your question again in directors. Which actor directed 2014's Lost River? I think we're good.
So what sucks about Saskatchewan?
There's just nothing to do here. It's just empty, blank space.
I can relate. I can definitely relate. I basically live in just a southern part of you, I guess.
And everyone in the world agrees, because whenever someone goes on announces Canadian tour dates, they always go straight through Saskatchewan and don't stop anywhere.
That's fair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to David.
Sean Penn.
We'll go to Boatman.
I said Tommy Lee Jones.
We'll go to Payson.
But Ryan Gosling.
And we'll go to Jeremy.
James Franco.
Ryan Gosling is correct. So
He's the movie. Hold
I
on.
had no clue.
perfect rounds, and we are tied 6-6 as we get to your penultimate question in the category of actors and actresses. Who appears in The Impossible, A Million Ways to Die in the West, and A Life Less Ordinary?
What's your favorite way to die in the West?
Definitely drowning. I feel like that's a great way to go.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a great one.
It's tough. It's tough to choose because there's
So
billion of them, but yeah.
many, right? So many,
Yeah.
Scorpion Bite, that's a good one, I guess. Maybe. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Boatman.
Naomi Watts. I'm wrong.
We'll go to Payson.
I know he's in 2 of them. Ewan McGregor.
We'll go to Jeremy.
Ewan McGregor.
And we'll go to David.
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor is correct. So we will take the 8-7 lead as we get to the
Okay.
final question round. What's their category, Dylan?
In the category of the 1980s, what is the name of the Book of the Dead in The Evil Dead? Sorry. Those weren't even hard words to pronounce. I just got caught up in.
I get it. Sometimes
The
you're like
moment.
reading and you just stumble. It's like,
Yes.
it's all right. You've been like doing real person studying all day. Like it's okay. Like, not even like us studying. Like it's just a real thing.
Yes.
So.
As opposed to deep cut watching a film like, say, Max Keeble's Big Move or something like that. Yeah.
Right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Payson.
I'm just going to say this. Shocking amount of psychopathic kids in all of the deep cut movies tonight. Necronomicon.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go to Jeremy.
Necronomicon.
We're going to go to David.
Oh, sorry, Payson. Fucking Necronomica. Whatever. Yeah.
And Boatman.
The Necronomicon.
The Necronomicon is correct.
David, I want to talk with you. This is your call. It is never named in The Evil Dead. Do you want to challenge that?
It's never. I don't know. It's early. It's up to you.
I say we just leave it. Let's just leave it.
It's fine. It's my fault. I should have known that.
So, at the end of round number 1, we are all tied up 9-9. So anything can happen as we get into round number 2, which is the wheel round, and it works like this. You're each going to get a chance to spin from the lovely wheel from wheelside.com. If you like the category land on, you are going to get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. You can opt to multiple choice. It devalues it down to being only worth 1 point. If you don't like the category land the first time, you can spin again, but you were stuck with every land on the second time. There is stealing, so be aware. And your categories on the wheel are pre-2010 English language original screenplay nominated dramedies. Directed by Joel Cohen, classics, action adventure, sports, fandom Disney animation, post 1980 basketball movies, 1970s recent releases, and Oscars. No spinners and opponent's choice on the wheel per the champion's requests. And speaking of the champions, Judgment City, since we are tied, you get the preference. Would you like to go first or defer to Ginyu Force?
What are you thinking, Jeremy?
I know you usually like to defer.
Let's defer.
Okay.
All right, and this will be the first spin for Ginyu Force. And it lands on
What is that?
Post 1980 basketball movies. Or like keep it or spin again.
Well,
I say we
yes,
take
we
it.
got- yeah,
Yeah.
we should. Okay.
All right. So your first question in the category of post 1980 basketball movies is: Stanley Sugarman works as a scout for what NBA team before being fired in Hustle?
That's a 76ers.
Yeah, Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Philadelphia 76ers, final answer.
That's correct for 2 points. Your second question. What is the mascot of the high school team that Scott plays on in Teen Wolf?
The Timberwolves.
I thought that was it. Do you want to go for it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. Timberwolves. Final.
That is incorrect. Judges said the chance for the 2 point steal.
Jeremy, do you know?
I don't, unfortunately.
Wait,
It's been a
weirdly
while.
enough, beavers are in my head.
Let's go for it.
Beavers, final answer?
That is correct for the 2 points.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck, that's my fault.
Wow.
You're good. You're good.
No, it's my fault.
Can you push your third question? Jimmy Dolan travels to what African country to recruit players in The Air Up There?
Do you know?
I have a feeling it's Kenya, but I'm not like.
Do you want to go
100%
for it? Do you want to use a repeat?
Oh.
Your call.
Four, two, three.
I'll go for it. Kenya, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Good shit, David. Good shit. Good shit.
Your penultimate question in post 1980 basketball movies. What NBA player stars as himself in Thunderstruck?
It's Kevin Durant.
Take it.
Thunderstruck, yeah. Kevin Durant, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question in post 1980 basketball movies. The Hot Flashes sees a group of middle-aged women challenge the high school champions of what state?
I've never heard of this.
Damn it. 8. It's Brooke Shields. Cameron Manheim. I don't know for sure, yeah.
Let's go multiple. Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Texas, B, North Dakota, C, Ohio, or D, Iowa.
Do any of those ring a bell?
Do you have your multiple choice? Oh, it doesn't matter.
I don't.
North Dakota.
I did not hear anything. Let's repeat the options.
Repeat the options.
All right, your options again are A, Texas, B, North Dakota, C, Ohio, or D, Iowa.
What were you thinking?
I think, well, I remember one of them wore like cowgirl stuff. So it could be Texas. That's like, I guess.
I trust you. Let's go for it. Texas. Final.
That is correct for one
Oof,
more
Jesus
point.
Christ.
So at the end of their turn, Guinea gets their score up to 16. That still puts Judgment City at 11.
Sorry,
As we
man.
bring
Fuck.
back
You're
the
good.
wheel
You're good.
for Judgment City spin.
Do not sweat it.
You land on the category of the 1970s. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
This is good for us. What do you think, Jeremy?
I think we keep it.
Yeah, let's keep it.
Dylan, you want to go ahead and give them the question in the category of the 1970s?
All right. So your first question, Judgment City, in the category of the 1970s. 1976's Sparkle takes place in what decade?
Do you have any clue, Jeremy? Because I have no idea. What movie is this?
It's Sparkle. It's the one they remade, right?
With
With a they remade it in like the 2000s or something.
Fair.
3.
Let's get a repeat.
Okay, repeat, please.
All right. That is your first repeat. Your question again. 1976's Sparkle takes place in what decade?
I feel like it might be like the Motown 60s, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Do you want to go multiple choice just to minimize?
Yeah, let's go multiple.
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Your options are A, the 30s, B, the 40s, C, the 50s, or D, the 60s.
I have absolutely no reference point, so
Yeah.
you were thinking 60s.
thinking-
so you want to go for
But
it?
yeah, I'm thinking maybe let's go 50s.
Okay, that's totally good with me. Let's go 50s.
All right. Oh, 50s final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
Okay.
Your next question. Who plays treasure hunter Romer Treese in The Deep?
No, Nick Nolte.
Go for it.
Nick Nolte final answer.
That is incorrect. Ginyu Force for the 2-point steal.
The Deep. Nick Nolte.
I vaguely heard of this.
Isn't that? I don't know. Robert Shaw came to my mind, but I don't know.
Okay, for some reason George C. Scott came to my mind, but I'm willing to go Robert Shaw.
Fuck.
3, 2.
Let's go. Robert
Go,
Shaw,
do it.
final answer.
Do it. Sorry.
That is correct for the 2
Oh,
point
okay.
steal.
Good job.
my God.
Sorry. I
Sorry,
I got
Caleb.
it myself.
No
I got it.
worries.
Thanks.
Let's go ahead and game.
Nolte is in it for the record.
That's fair.
Your third question. What type of robotic animal attacks James Brolin's character in Westworld?
Oh man, I have seen this a few times, but damn it. Robotic animal.
Is it could it be a snake?
That's what I was thinking.
You know, we need points. Do you want to just go for it?
5.
Snake final answer?
That is correct for 2 points.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
So your penultimate question in this category. Who directed The Parallax View?
I'm not crazy. That's Alan J. Pakula, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Alan J. Pakula. Final answer.
That is correct for another 2 points. And your last question in this category. What kind of location did Sam leave Sonny in his will in The Last Picture Show?
Is it not the movie theater?
He owned the movie theater and the bar. I'm not sure which one he left.
Okay. Well, what do we think? Because now they're going to take the other.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Let's go movie theater. Movie theater, final answer.
That is incorrect. Ginyu Force for the
Sorry,
2 point
Caleb.
steal.
I say we
Bar.
take bar.
Take it. Go ahead.
Bar, final answer.
I'm going to say that is incorrect. The answer we have here is Pool Hall.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. They didn't get the steal off of it. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that correct? Is that? Do you want to? Pool halls have bars, so I don't know.
Do you wanna go for a hotel motel challenge?
If you think it's, I don't know. Yeah, if you think it's,
Right.
Let's
Yeah,
go
it's
for it. We will challenge hotel motel. When people say a pool hall, when people say bars, pool tables have bars, and then hotel motel
Okay,
challenge.
we will be right back. All right, we're back to the challenge. We could not find enough evidence to support Ginyu Force's challenge, so they will unfortunately lose their challenge. We're going to uphold the ruling that a pool hall is the answer we needed. So they will lose their challenge for the remainder of the match. And it is a score of 18-16 in favor of Ginyu Force as we go into round number 3, which is the deep cuts round. And it works like this. Each team selected 2 movies to get 1 deep cut question from. Every player will be playing individually for their team, and the question will be worth 1 point per each player. We have 4 questions to get through in this round from the movies, so we'll get right into it. Dylan, what is the first movie?
It comes in the previously mentioned Max Keeble's Big Move. So your question. What is the name of the company Dobbs tells a teacher to buy into after taking Max's lunch money?
Were you big on taking lunch money?
Nah.
I never had it. That wasn't a thing I had to do. So I'm just like, okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Jeremy.
I'm sorry, I don't have it.
We'll go to David.
Like hamstring.
We're gonna go to Boatman,
Handspring.
and we're gonna go to Baseline.
I put the wrong thing. Biomorph systems.
Handspring is correct. So we're going to go with
Learn English. Fuck.
and we will move on to your next question, which is in the movie of The Exorcist. And your question is: name both actors that Lieutenant Kinderman tells Father Karras that he looks like.
Great film.
Never seen it.
Oh man, it's so good.
It's the right.
I don't know if you'd like it or not.
I don't know if I would either. To be honest with you, we'll find out.
Don't go in expecting it to be terrifying. That's how everyone gets their expectations screwed up for it.
Valid. One day I'll probably watch it.
It's great.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Jeremy.
John Garfield and Sal Mineo.
We will go to David.
Yeah, John Garfield and Sal Mineo.
We will go to Bowen
John Garfield and Sal Mineo.
and Payson.
John Garfield, Sal Mineo.
Everyone is correct. 20-19 as we get to your next question from what movie, David or Dylan?
The next film will be Psycho Gorman. What food does Mimi say champions don't eat?
Crazy that I can't believe
Now, this is a film that I can confidently say that you would not like.
that is very fair. I probably would not enjoy this.
You wouldn't like it? Come on.
Probably not, to be honest with you.
I don't know your humor. I don't know.
5,
It's
4,
I love it.
2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Jeremy again.
I'm sorry. I just said meatloaf. I blanked.
We will go to David.
Broccoli, I believe.
We'll go to Bo.
Broccoli.
And we'll go to Payson.
It's almost like we had a former singles champion that before every match said that he didn't eat broccoli. Broccoli.
Oh.
Broccoli is correct. So 22-20 as we get to your final question, the deep cut round, which comes from the masterpiece, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. When Kevin wants a third scoop of ice cream, what was his specific joke reason for wanting a third?
I gotta be honest with you, this is a wild assortment of films for deep cuts.
I saw the submitted films and was left scratching my head. Not gonna lie to you. So yeah, that was a little
Psycho Gorman, great double feature with Home Alone 2.
fair. Home Alone 2, the best Home Alone. I stand by. 5, 4, 3,
Couldn't think of
2,
it.
1. Pens down. We'll go back to Jeremy.
I remember it. I'm just blanking.
We'll go to David.
I'm not dieting. Damn it. Should have got.
Sorry,
We'll
what was
go
that?
to Bowman.
I'm not dieting.
Okay.
I'm not driving.
And we'll go to Payson.
I said might as well finish the container. I didn't have it.
I'm not driving is correct.
Oh.
Ginyu Force will hold the 22-21 lead coming on round number 3 as we get into round number 4, which is the Revenge of the Wheel round. And it works like this. We'll bring this back up so you have a chance to look at the categories remaining, but each team is going to be gifting the other a category in which they will receive all 5 questions without the aid of multiple choice. You do have your repeats, but no multiple choice and no stealing. You cannot give your own strength to your opponent, but you can give them their strength if you should like. So, Ginyu Force, you are in the lead. What would you like to do here in this round?
So I think we should give them recent releases. What do you think? I think it's way more tougher to remember all those. I think they've been doing fine sports in the past. Sorry,
You don't think sports would be the smart decision?
Sorry, I missed that part. My bad. Say
You don't think sports would be the smart decision?
And I think it would be. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like recent releases is pretty. I don't. It's just my opinion, but
You know what?
Sports has been reliable. Sports has always been reliable, so I
Sports
don't want
is
to like.
reliable for us. Let's just go for that.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
we'll give
Go
them
ahead.
sports. Yeah,
Let's do
sports.
Give them sports. All right. Dylan, you want to go ahead and give Judgment City their questions in the category of sports?
Sure. So your first question in the category of sports. 80 for Brady sees a group of women travel to see the Patriots play what team in the Super Bowl?
Do you know?
I thought they were going to Florida. No, Patriot. No, is it the Cowboys? Are they going to Texas?
I have no clue.
Dallas Cowboys. Final answer.
That is incorrect. We were looking for the Atlanta Falcons.
Mhm.
So your next question. Who directed Drive, he said?
Oh, Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. Yeah.
Jack Nicholson, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And your third question. What sports film sees the owner of the Toronto Maple Leafs hire a counselor to help its star player?
It's a hockey movie, it would be.
Yeah, obviously.
Could that be Goon? I mean, what other hockey movies are there?
I'm sure there's some deep cut ones I'm not aware of.
Mystery Alaska,
It's not that.
3, 2.
let's just go Goon, final answer.
That is incorrect. We were looking for The Love Guru.
Oh yeah, I always forget that's a hockey movie. Yep.
So your penultimate question. Ken Miles has to win a 24-hour event at what racetrack in order to race Le Mans in Ford v Ferrari?
I have no idea. Is there a famous racetrack?
I feel like it's one in Europe, but I don't know any other European ones.
Well, in order to get to Le Mans, he has to go. Is there a famous American racetrack?
Daytona. That's all I know.
Daytona.
Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Holy crap! Are you kidding me? Thank you, Days of Thunder.
And your final question in this category. What sport does the games center around?
What was the name of the movie? I didn't. Dylan cut out for me. Can I get a technical, please?
Oh, okay. So your question again. What sport does the games center around?
Oh, just the games.
Yeah, I don't know this movie. The games.
The games. What sport plays multiple games? Tennis. I feel like it could be tennis.
I think that's a good guess. I was thinking golf or chess, but let's go tennis.
Tennis, final answer.
That is incorrect. We were looking for track.
Oh, never would have even crossed my mind. I'm not.
At the end of their turn, Judgment City takes the lead with 25 as we'll go back to Ginyu now for their turn. Which Judgment City, what category would you like to give Ginyu Force?
I think classics, right? Caleb?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Classics.
Classics it is. All right, Ginyu, you ready for your questions in the category of classics?
Yep.
Your first question. What classic film was the feature debut of Peter Lorre?
Peter Lorre.
M is the earliest I could go back. I can't. Can you think of anything before M?
That's the same guy from The Man Who Knew Too Much, right?
Yeah.
Is that Man Too Much was after, right? I believe.
Yeah, that came after. So I just say,
yeah.
let's just go M. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Oh.
Yep.
Your second question.
And
David,
David, we get both hands on screen. Thank you.
My bad.
In Bicycle Thieves, what job does Antonio get at the start of the film?
Oh, I've actually seen this one.
Paper delivery boy.
It's something because the bicycle has to be important for the job. So,
do you want to go delivery boy and just go general?
yeah.
Okay. Delivery boy. Final answer.
That is incorrect. We're looking for hanging up posters. Hanging up posters.
Okay. Yeah.
Your third question in classics. In the seventh seal, Block asks a woman to summon the devil so he can question him about who?
Summon the devil, question
I've
him
seen
about
this
who.
once.
I don't know, her husband, her. God.
Can we get a Can I share a repeat of the question just so I can hear the person's gender? Would you be okay if we use a repeat?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, repeat the question.
That is your first repeat. In the seventh seal, Block asks a woman to summon the devil so he can question him about who?
Question him about who? I was thinking like his father.
I really don't know. So it's if you have a gut, go for it.
Yeah. His father, final answer?
Incorrect. We're looking for God. God.
Yes, God.
Fair. Yeah, fair.
Your fourth question. Who plays the titular character's mother, Charlotte, in 1962's Lolita?
Oh, Winters.
Shelley
oh
Winters?
my God. Shelley Winters. Yes.
Wait,
Shelley Winters. Let's take our time. Shelley Winters, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Oh, okay.
Yes, thank you, David, for getting me there.
I was thinking Shirley or Shelley. But...
Final question in the category classics. You'll find a mobster named Johnny Rocco in what 40s crime film?
Johnny Rocco.
40s. Is
White
Mr. Lucky? Yeah.
Mr. Lucky.
Is that a mob film?
I'm.
White Heat. 40s mobster.
Can I just throw out White Heat?
Yeah, go ahead. Do it.
White Heat, final answer.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Key Largo. Key Largo.
Oh, okay.
No idea.
So at the end of round number 4, Guinea Force
Oh, my
both lead 26 to Judgment City's 25. A barn burner. But I think it happens as we get into round number 5, which is the pick your poison round. And it works like this. You're both going to go back and forth drafting categories off the board. Once you each have taken a category, the other team cannot take the category that you've drafted. Once you each have 4 categories, you can assign a point value in any order you want of 1, 2, 3, and 4 points. We'll go until there's a mathematical elimination and or a winner. So, Ginyu Force, you are in the lead. So you'll get to draft your category first. Your categories that you can take from tonight are mystery thrillers, crime, animation, drama, war, 2010s, music, and directors. What category would you like to take?
David, I think the smart thing to do is just take directors.
Yeah. I was going to say that.
We will take directors for our first category.
Back to Judgment City.
I think we take animation here, Jeremy, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Animation.
All right, back to Ginyu Force.
David, would you try? If I were playing, I would take 2010s. Do you feel okay taking 2010s?
I was thinking that too. Go ahead.
Then let's take 2010s. We will take 2010s.
All right. Back to Judgment City.
You feeling mystery thriller, Jeremy, or are you feeling something else?
Yeah, that's good.
I'm feeling mystery thriller. Let's go mystery thriller.
All right, back to Ginyu Force.
I mean, I like music. It's not musicals, but music or drama.
Drama was okay. I was between 2, and drama was one of them. Why don't we take drama?
Okay.
Let's
do that.
We'll take drama.
All right, back to Judgment City.
I'm feeling crime here, Jeremy.
Sure.
Right.
All right, and Ginyu, what would you like to take for your last category?
Want to take music?
Yeah.
Music.
All right, and that means Judgment City, you are left with the category of war. All right, so Judgment City, since you are behind, what category would you like to take first and at what point value?
I think you take it, and what were we left with? War?
Yeah, I can take war for one.
Yeah, war for one.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go ahead and give them the questions in round 5.
All right. So your 1-point question in the category of war. What war does Grand Illusion take place in?
World War One.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right, with that, we are tied. So we go over to Ginyu Force. What category would you like to take and at what point value?
Would you like to take the 1, or would you like me to take the 1?
I'll take the one. I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to take it in music?
Yes, I'll take music
Go for it.
for one.
You're getting the one in music, and your question is: what country is Rosalind originally from in Wild Rose?
Ireland.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Scotland.
Oh, what's the other one?
So
You're
we
good.
will bounce back to Judgment City. What categories like taken at what point value?
I think 2 for crime here.
What are the other two categories?
We have mystery thriller and we have animation. So I'm thinking, unless you want to do like a crime for a 3. Basically, what would we rather do for a 3? Mystery thriller or crime? I was kind of feeling mystery thriller for 3.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then I'll take the crime for 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Crime 2.
All right. So then your question in the category of crime. In Primal Fear, Aaron is on trial for murdering someone with what profession?
Clergy.
Can we accept that?
What's the answer you have?
I would
You did
say
not-
yes. I would say yes. We can accept that answer.
Cool. That
What's
is
the,
correct for 2 points.
what's
We
the
had
answer?
the answer we had here is bishop, and in brackets also accept priest. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about that, so
I would accept that.
We could go upstairs and ask Richard Boatman. He would know.
Yeah, I knew it was a bishop, and I'm like, I don't think they're gonna be that specific.
David, are you good with? Can I take the 2
I
in
didn't
drama?
know if they wouldn't accept priests, so I said his
Okay.
Sure,
broad.
sure, yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
force?
go.
What would you like to take since we're back over to you?
Two in
drama.
drama? Okay. I'll take the 2 in drama.
All right, the 2 in drama it is. Your question is: who directed 1996's Ransom?
Ron Howard.
That is correct for 2 points. So that we are tied, so we'll go back to Judgment City. What categories would you like to take it at what point value?
3 in mystery.
Yeah.
3 in mystery thriller.
all right. Your question in mystery/thriller. In what 1970s mystery thriller will you find an exclusionary group called the Men's Association?
Is that the Stepford Wives?
It sure seems like it.
I can't think of anything else that it would even.
All right.
3.
Stepford
The
Wives.
Stepford
final
Wives final answer.
That is correct for 3 points.
answer. Good pull, Caleb.
All right, so we will bounce back to Ginyu Force. What categories would you like to take it at what point value?
3 in 2010s.
Yeah. Let's do it.
We'll take our 3 in 2010s.
Your 3 in the category of the 2010s is: what Shakespeare play is being performed when the Globe Theater burns down in All Is True?
Sorry, I think I take no repeat. I missed the first part. Sorry.
What Shakespeare play is being performed when the Globe Theater burns down in All Is True?
The first thing that came to my mind is Julius Caesar.
If that's, I've never seen it, so I know that's the
Okay.
kind of drama one.
Let's just save our repeats. Julius Caesar, final answer.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Henry VIII. Henry VIII. So here's the situation. Ginyu Force is going to have to take their 4 in directors. If they hit, Judgment City will have to answer their 4 in animation. If they miss, Judgment City will retain the titles. So, Ginyu Force, your question in the category of directors is: who directed Salt, The Giver, and The Bone Collector?
Is that Philip Noyce? I think it's Philip Noyce.
I barely heard it. I think he said Salt, right?
Let's just use
No,
a repeat. We can use a repeat. Repeat.
Okay,
All right,
repeat.
that is Ginyu Force's second repeat. Your question again: who directed Salt, the Giver, and the Bone Collector.
It's Philip
Philip
Noyce. It's Philip Noyce. Yeah, it's Philip
I
Noyce.
will say it. Whatever happens, great game, Judgment City. Philip Noyce, final answer.
That is correct for 4 points. So here is the situation now. With a score of 32-31, we will be bouncing back to Judgment City, who has to answer their 4 in animation. If Judgment City hits, they'll retain the titles. If they miss, Ginyu Force will win the titles. What is the question, Dylan?
Hold on. How many repeats do we have?
You have 3.
Okay.
All right, so your question in the category of animation. What animated film features a villain called the Puppet Master and a division of law enforcement called Section 9?
Do you have any idea, Jeremy?
I do, actually.
Okay.
It's one of the Ghost in the Shell movies.
Do you want to? I doubt they would go with a sequel. Do you want to just go with Ghost in the Shell?
Let's just take a little time.
Yeah. We've got 3 repeats. Let's burn them.
4, 3.
Repeat the question.
There's your second repeat.
What animated film features a villain called the Puppet Master and a division of law enforcement called Section 9?
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that the Puppet Master is the first movie. I'm pretty sure.
So
Yeah,
do you
the second one is kind of a little different.
Yeah. So do you want to just go for Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah, let's not prolong it. I'm not going to come up with anything.
All right, don't use the article, so let's just call it Ghost in the Shell. Final answer.
And your winners, and still teams champions, Judgment City. The answer was Ghost in the Shell.
Great job, Jeremy. Great job. I had no.
Game, Dylan, across the board from both teams. Thoughts on the match?
Yeah, fantastic match. Great back and forth. Solid performances from both teams. Yeah, I mean, Ginyu, like they had the lead for the majority of the match. They were playing lights out. No team has pushed Judgment City like as far as they have today. It really shows just how great of a team they still are. Like they haven't lost a step at all. They're still just as good as they've ever been. But Judgment City, man, like they continue on their streak of dominance, really, just over this. Even though it wasn't a dominant performance today, still a very great performance from both teams. And yeah,
I think definitely an incredible showing from 2 incredible teams. We'll go ahead and we'll talk to our second place finisher today, Ginyu Force. You guys played an incredible game throughout. Like Dylan said, you had the lead for a lot of that. You put together some solid round play consistently through each one. It just kind of came down to just that, maybe that 1 point just missed there at the end, or maybe a couple of missteps in round 1. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling a lot better from the last game we played. Like, I think last game, like from round 1, I think it was very clear what was going to happen, but I'm just happy we could keep it that close throughout the entire game. There were certain little mistakes I think we can make. I think it really just came down to they were able to sweep their round 5 and we couldn't do it. And that sucks, but you know what? They played the better game. Props to Judgment City, 6-0. That's an insane record, but yeah, I'm feeling better than the last time we played, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely. I'm proud that are both of our showings today. I know for sure. For me, I wish I could take some back, but overall, I think we had a chance there, and then it was just it was a fair, great match. Thank you, Payson, for being so patient with me for the Wi-Fi and all the indecisions I have. But yeah, I mean, hats off again to Jeremy and Bowman, man. I mean, they put on a great show, and yeah, I mean, it was anyone's game until the end. So I'm glad we could make it exciting, pretty much.
Absolutely. This does bring an end to Melee teams as a division for the season here at the final act. Is there anyone you are hoping to face when you guys come back next season in the teams division?
I'm down for anyone new. I'd love to face some returning people, but like there are a lot of new teams that came up this year, and I would love to face some new teams.
Yeah, for sure. Respect that answer a lot. So we will see you guys next season. and we will bring in the defending movie Melee teams champions, Judgment City, Boatman, and Jeremy. I could tell that going into that 4-pointer, you were sweating bullets. Ginyu Force came to play today. That one came down all the way to the wire. How are you guys feeling about your performance today?
First off, before I say anything else, great job, Ginyu. Like, that
amazing, incredible.
This was a killer match. This was a killer match. Jeremy, go ahead. I need to be less.
I'm pretty overcome with emotion. It's been a while since, it came down to a 4-pointer and went in my favor. So it's like kind of like the 4-pointers killed me in some of the singles matches. So it's and it's like I really felt like I was feeling like it kind of let us down in round 2. Like not in round 2, in the deep cuts round, because I really did study those movies, and somehow my mind wasn't getting there. Like I certainly knew that Home Alone 2 one, and it just was so the fact that I could save us with that 4-pointer, I feel like redemption. And it's crazy. How have I gotten those 2 4-pointers in animation when I've got Boatman, the animation king? It's crazy.
No, I think animation is a great category for us for that reason. Because the 20% that I don't cover, you cover. So it's like, I think that's why we've been so successful in our animation. I think that's why we've been so successful as a team, is I think there's so much. That was not a Boatman game. That was not a Jeremy game. There were certainly Jeremy rounds and there were certainly Boatman rounds, but it was a give and take the whole match. And I think that's why we are such a great team. And I'm so thankful, so blessed to be teaming with Jeremy. This is the first time I've ever ended a year with a title. I don't believe I have ever ended a year with a title. This is kind of a big thing.
I'm
for
so
me.
glad I could help with that. It's been
you.
many years since I did that, so that's a good feeling. I just want to say real quick, just thank my brother Luke for the anime knowledge. I would probably never have watched any anime if it wasn't for my brother. So thank you.
For sure. Well, you guys did do a little bit of record chasing this year. And you have done it. You have concluded your rookie season 6-0, which no team has ever gone 6-0 before today. So you have broken the undefeated win streak record. And now you go into the offseason as champions. Coming back next season, is there any team out there that you are hoping you face for the next defense?
I think the only big team on the current roster we haven't played yet is Bullets. So I think that's one. But I think the thing I want most is a new team. I want a rookie team to come in 4-0 or whatever they are and play that, maybe either just it would be awesome if it was just 2 unknowns we didn't know, but also just any new shuffled team. I think that would be cool.
Be fitting since that's kind of what we did. Yeah, that would be a fitting thing.
Yeah, it would kind of be cool if it's another super team that formed to try to take us down. I think that would be cool. Whatever comes down the pipeline. I feel really good about how we played. I'm thankful for it. I feel good.
Definitely. Well, congratulations on the win. We'll see you guys coming back next season. I think this right here is a match of the year contender, Dylan. I think maybe the best we put out in teams, and it's fitting that it's the finale. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to Movie Melee teams, especially here at the final act. We don't obviously know where this goes in the video, so keep tuning into the event. Or if you've been watching the event, thank you so much for supporting Multiplex all year long, as well as the Movie Melee division here. We have put on a lot of fun matches for you, and we will bring you an even better 2024, I can assure you. It's going to be a great one, and this has been a great one. So for everyone here, that has been Boatman, that has been Jeremy, that has been Payson, that has been David, that has been Dylan, I've been Caleb, and this has been Movie Melee. We'll see you guys real soon with another great match.
Goodbye. Later.
After you, Junior. You'll always have Paris.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
You've been taken.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a very exciting episode of Fandom Fights. We are here at the final act for the singles title match in Fandom Fights. We got the current singles champion, Tyler Birch, going up against former singles champion and his teammate, Brittany Tapley. I got Mark Menchaca here on the desk with me. Mark, say things, because I'm losing my voice.
Oh, no. I'm usually not supposed to be here. Like this is honestly kind of weird. I did this once, and it was a really long time ago. You never asked me again, so I just assumed it was like a bad. Assumed it was me and Dylan just did a bad job. I don't know, but yeah, you trust me enough to come back for a title match. You know this. I mean, I'm really looking forward to this one. I mean, because I know Brittany's really wanted to come back for the belt, and it was awesome to see her get back here. It was awesome to see Tyler win it. I mean, they're both just having incredible seasons right now, and this just feels like the right culmination to just end off the year.
Yeah, I think you summed it up pretty well. Brittany's one loss this season was to Abel in the title match, which Tyler then beat Abel to get the singles belt. They're both having incredible singles seasons. You can say that she lost the belt, but she also won the belt, defended it, and is now back in another title match. So she's having a great season. Tyler winning the belt for the first time, something that not a lot of people can say they've done. It's an incredible feat. And obviously these people in teams as well. We don't know where this is going in the final act videos, but they're defending their team's belts someplace in this video too. So they're playing fantastic. This is like an epic match. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's get into it, starting with the promos.
Well, championship match. You're playing Tyler. I'm not nervous at all because I have nothing to be nervous about. I did my job. I managed you guys to where you needed to be. And now you two get to fight it out and still be friends after this. So it's fun. I think this is the definition of a good team when you both held the title this season. The only team that's ever done that, and now you guys are ending the season playing each other, so it stays within the house. So, again, you've been a champion before. You can do it tonight, but, if Tyler wins, I still like Tyler too. So.
Yeah, me too.
Both like my favorite human being that's ever existed, which I listen, Brittany, I like a lot. You slayed the dragon. You slayed the dragon for me. You got somebody out of my DMs. I haven't heard him in months. So I appreciate that. I'm always indebted to you. But listen, I think you put a lot of criticism of your game to rest this season. A lot of people said you can't match up to Brittany. You won the title. You beat the person that she lost to, unfortunately. But tonight, again, you guys are fantastic. You made that statement at the end of last year that you'll be the team of the year. 2 single titles in the same year on the same team. I think you spoke that into existence. But yeah, if you win tonight, I think that's Fandom Player of the Year. So who knows?
This is how it was meant to be.
Let's play.
All right, Mark, any thoughts on those promos?
I don't know. I guess they really hate each other. I mean, I don't like it. And there's a lot of yelling, or maybe I just imagined something.
I'm sensing hostility. Let's get into round number 1. Here's how it's going to work. There's going to be 10 questions from 10 random categories in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each question is going to be worth 1 point apiece. If you get all 10 questions correct, you will be issued a bonus question to you, only to you. You get 4 repeats because this is a title match, and 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Lady and gentlemen, any questions as we get into round number 1?
No, let's have a blast.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Mark, why don't you kick us off with the first category?
Sure. They come in the category of horror icons. What is the first name of one person besides Freddy Krueger who dies in Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare?
Kind of put a spoiler right there in the title of the film, huh, Mark?
I mean, yeah, this is kind of silly. I mean, what was the reason to go see the movie? I guess.
Oh, you know how it's going to end.
Yeah. Just all for trivia purposes.
That's fair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Brittany.
Going with Carlos?
All right, and Tyler.
I went with John.
Carlos and John are both correct. We also would have accepted Spencer
That's his name. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't remember him.
All right. Your next question is in the category of Star Wars. Who voices Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace? My God, I am dying.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I don't really remember this character talking.
Yeah, that's fair.
You say that this he has a voice actor. News to me.
He does. He has a few lines. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Tyler.
I tried to write as best I could. Peter Serafinowicz.
Okay, and let's go to Brittany.
Yeah, I went a little different. Peter Serafinowicz.
I mean, I would accept both. It's a very hard name.
Yeah.
So I would
We tried our best.
So 2-2. What is next, Mark?
In the category of Planet of the Apes. There are 3 Planet of the Apes films where a chimpanzee kills a gorilla. Name 2 of them.
Did you see the trailer for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
I didn't even know it was coming out. It looks awesome.
It looks so good. I sent the trailer to Nick and I was like, dude, holy shit. Maggie was the one who actually texted me and was like, have you seen this? I was like, no. It looks great. 5, 4,
fun surprise.
3,
I'll repeat.
2. Okay, that was going to be the first repeat for Tyler.
And your question again. There are 3 Planet of the Apes films where a chimpanzee kills a gorilla. Name 2 of them.
Oh, just 2. Okay.
So my daughter is very sick right now. She got us all sick. I no longer feel sick, but my voice is just like,
it's going.
Yeah, it's better than it was this morning. I'll say that. I woke up this morning and I was like, well, Mark might be solo hosting. 5.
Oh, I would have hated you forever. I wouldn't have come back. It's the last time you see me.
Let's go to Brittany.
I think I messed this up. I said Battle and Dawn.
And let's go to Tyler.
I said Battle and Planet of the Apes 2001.
Tyler is correct. We were looking for Battle 2001's or War. For the
Darn. Okay. Yeah.
So Tyler goes up 3-2. Your next question is in the category of James Bond. What is the name of the girl swimming in High Fat's pool when Bond first sneaks in, pretending to be Scaramanga in The Man with the Golden Gun? Now, if the questions are difficult today, Nick isn't here for the players to yell at. So, I wrote a couple of the deep cuts. You could yell at me on a couple of those, but
well, I will.
We just had no accountability here, so just keep that in mind.
4, 3, 2,
Repeat
1.
question.
Okay, we're gonna get a repeat from Brittany. Your question again in the category of James Bond. What is the name of the girl swimming in High Fat's pool when Bond first sneaks in, pretending to be Scaramanga in The Man with the Golden Gun? That's like what my wife calls me when she sees me. She's like, "Hi, Fat."
Sure, I'm sure it's cuter when she says it.
Yeah.
Maybe she's saying with a PH.
Ooh, I like that. That means I'm cool then, right?
Of course. You're hip.
I'm hip. I'm trendy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna go to Tyler.
I said Holly Goodhead.
And Brittany.
Shouldn't have used the repeat. I said Ming.
Both incorrect. We were looking for Chew Me.
Oh my goodness.
Not even.
Yeah, no.
So, Mark, what's next?
Next question comes in the category of Middle Earth. Ooh, great. In the desolation of Smaug, when Smaug first awakens Bilbo is invisible. Besides smelling him, name one other way Smaug says he knows he is there. If you need a repeat on that, I can do that.
Do you guys need a technical?
No, I think I think
okay.
I liked the way that you said Smaug and then you said smog later.
Yeah, like I wasn't confident at the first time. Change it up.
I
make
go
another
back and
note.
forth on it all the time.
Was it specific or general?
That would cost you a repeat.
Oh, okay.
Sir Birch of Tyler.
That's fair.
Yeah, I apologize for that.
I read it the same way you did in my head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Brittany.
I said Hiram.
And let's go to Tyler.
I might have gotten too specific. I said hearing his footsteps.
Oh, this is fun. Tyler's definitely not correct.
Cool.
It's hears his breath. We did not say specific in the question, so I would say we have to take Brittany's answer. Knows he is there, hears him. Yeah, I would say we have to take Brittany's answer because there's not specific.
Yeah, that's how I took it.
And Tyler was too over specific. Mark, do you agree?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So Tyler, any issue with that?
No, it makes sense to me.
Okay. All right. So then we are tied up 3-3 as we get into your next question, which is in the category of Star Trek. In Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, which admiral informs Kirk and the crew that the Enterprise is to be decommissioned at the start of the film? I actually wrote this question for the Game of Factions match, and this question did not come up. And I said, Nick, use it. Do you know the answer?
I did. I looked at it, so it's it's right there.
4, 3, 2.
These things about Game of Factions, I don't know if we can hate on it.
Let's go to Tyler.
I said Nogura.
And Brittany.
I said Barclay.
Both are incorrect. We were looking for Admiral Morrow.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
That guy is correct. So, Mark, what is next?
Next question comes in the category of YA. In Twilight, New Moon, all the members in Sam's pack have tattoos on what specific part of their body? These movies aren't great. Do you like them?
They are entertaining to watch with my wife because we laugh a lot and I enjoy watching them for that reason, but I do not think they are good movies by any means.
Yeah.
5, 4.
Maybe that would make them bearable.
2.
Sit there watching by myself and cry.
Hands down. Let's go to Brittany.
I changed the last second. I wasn't sure if you want it right or left, so I put in brackets. But if you need it, I put it right.
Let's go to Tyler.
I said like upper arm / shoulder.
Shoulder and right shoulder is specific. 4-4. We get into your next question in the category of Law and Order. The main characters escape in an ice cream truck in which Law and Order film? Thoughts on ice cream, Mark?
What asshole doesn't like ice cream? Maybe lactose intolerant assholes, there'd be that.
Do you have a favorite type?
I'm a big fan of the butter pecan.
Ooh, nice. I'm a big cookies and cream type of guy, or a cookie dough. I would anything, cookie related. 5.
It's hard to go wrong. It's hard to go.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Tyler.
I said Bad Boys.
And Brittany.
I also said Bad Boys.
Bad Boys is correct. 5-5. Keeping pace. What's next, Mark?
Your next question will come in the category of Marvel. Who plays Ray Kerrigan, a human working for the devil in Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance?
Little known fact, and I know this because he's a dear friend of mine. This is actually Cody Newberry's 4th favorite fandom film.
4th favorite? Oh, wow.
Yep.
It's Is
I'm
it
worried
like
about
just
top three
above
ones.
the Dark Knight, or is it like?
Oh yeah, just above. Yes, that's correct.
It's not a bad pick.
But once the new films come in next year, he's got Ghostbusters 2016 a little bit higher. 5, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brittany
Johnny Whitworth.
and Tyler.
Yeah, Johnny Whitworth.
That is correct. 6-6. As we get into your final question of the round, it is in the category of Pixar. What is the name of the location where Bing Bong fades to nothing in Inside Out? I'm going to cough, and so I'm going to mute. Mark, say something.
You know where this is. I forgot this had a name, but you know, I don't know why I'm saying like it, like obviously I don't know this. I mean, you know, that's why I'm on the top of the screen. You know,
That's fair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Tyler
Memory dump.
and Brittany.
Memory dump.
That is correct, and we are tied up 7 all. As we get into round number 2. Round number 2 is going to work like this. I'm going to bring in the wheel from wheeldecide.com. Each player is going to have a chance to spin the wheel. If they like what they spin, they can keep it, or they can choose to spin again, but they have to keep what they spin the second time. Each question's worth 2 points apiece. Unless you check the multiple choice, then it'll be worth only 1 point. Stealing is available in the round. You both have your challenge and 3 repeats remaining. Any questions?
Nope.
No.
All right. Bring in the wheel. Categories on the wheel today are Marvel, Planet of the Apes, Jimmy B, DreamWorks Animation, Worlds of DC, Middle-earth, Sci-Fi Icons, Pixar, Wizarding World, and Law and Order. Tyler, first question, do you want me to bring in Cody for the spins and whatnot?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So Tyler, do you want to spin first or defer to Brittany?
I'm thinking defer. What do you think in your unbiased opinion?
He's muted.
I'm terrible. I'm so sorry. You'll be muted by the end of the call, Tim. Keep going. I think both of you like to defer. So if you have the advantage, I think you probably need to take the defer.
Okay.
And I'll
Yeah,
stand
I'll
right
defer.
here to talk to Brittany.
Okay.
You're gonna betray me like
This is
that?
going to be the spin for Brittany.
Sorry, I'm a scumbag.
Brittany, your first spin lands on Law and Order.
I think I can keep that, Cody. I've been working on it. I kind of want to try it.
If anything, it's a good practice anyway. So let's roll.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll keep it.
Okay. Mark, I'm going to have you go ahead and read Brittany, her questions in Law and Order, if that works for you. Does that work for you, Mark?
See, no reason why it shouldn't be.
Okay.
Sure,
All right. Sounds good. Then go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Brittany, your question is Law and Order. One of the main characters sings karaoke at a bar in which Law and Order film?
Rush Hour 2.
That's correct for 2 points. Your next question. Who plays Murtaugh's daughter, Rianne, in the Lethal Weapon franchise?
Tracy Wolf.
That's correct for another 2 points. Your next question. What is the name of Holly's Nakatomi co-worker who gives John's identity to Hans in Die Hard?
Are we looking for first or last name?
We just need last name, but we will take both if you have it.
Ellis.
That is correct for another 2 points. Your penultimate question. In Beverly Hills Cop 2, Axel infiltrates the Playboy Mansion by pretending he is there to clean what?
The swimming pool.
That is correct for another 2 points. And your last question in the category. While undercover, Mike had what job for Isabel in Bad Boys for Life?
He was her driver.
That is correct for the clean sweep of Law and Order.
All right, so Brittany gets her total up to 17. Is that what you have, Mark?
Yep.
All right, so we're going to move back over to Tyler for his spin at the wheel. And Brittany, it looks like you would have been stuck with Law and Order. Here's your free spin, Tyler. And it lands on Wizarding World.
I know you're real good at geek stuff, but again, any wiggle room on this, she will probably jump on it.
Yeah.
And I think in times of studying, I think she's a better Wizarding World player, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
she
want to
is,
talk you down, but
Should we
unless
just
you're
get-
terrified of anything else on the wheel.
Not in particular.
Okay, so let's just spin again. See what
Yeah, let's
happens.
do it. Yeah.
All right, spinning again. This is what you are stuck with. And it's the Wizard.
Didn't matter.
Oh my god.
Good luck.
What a weird
Good
wheel.
luck. Take your time.
All right, Tyler, I'll be giving you your questions in the category of the Wizarding World. As soon as I find them, there they are. Are you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, your first question in the category of the Wizarding World. Which Wizarding World film features the phrase Fortuna Major?
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, the Sorcerer's Stone, B, the Chamber of Secrets, C, the Prisoner of Azkaban, or D, the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
The Sorcerer's Stone?
That is incorrect. Brittany, chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, the Sorcerer's Stone, B, the Chamber of Secrets, C, the Prisoner of Azkaban, or D, the Deathly Hallows Part 2?
C.
C is correct for 1 point. All right, Tyler, your second question. Who plays Aberforth Dumbledore in Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore?
Richard Coyle?
That is correct for 2 points.
Don't know where that came from.
Your third question. What is Cornelius Fudge's middle name as revealed in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix?
Multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A, Oswald, B, Wulfric, C, Harold, or D, Merlin.
Oswald?
That is correct for 1 point.
So we're getting to that point. Okay.
Middle names.
Your next question, Tyler. In Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Graves believes that Modesty is the Obscurus and finds her hiding in what specific kind of building when Credence reveals that he is?
Oh my god. Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, a supermarket, B, a fire station, C, a hotel, or D, an orphanage.
An orphanage?
That is correct for 1 point. And your final question in the category of the Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, what specifically is the final question that Dumbledore asks Barty Crouch Jr. under Veritaserum?
God. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna go multiple again.
All right, your options are A, does he know who he is? B, is Moody in this room? C, is he using Polyjuice Potion? Or D, did he kill Barty Crouch Sr.?
Can I get a repeat of the options real quick?
Yes, you can. Your options again are A, does he know who he is? B, is Moody in this room? C, is he using Polyjuice Potion? Or D, did he kill Barty Crouch Sr.?
I'm gonna go with B as in boy.
That is correct for 1 point.
Okay.
All right, Mark. So at the end of round number 2, I have Brittany in the lead, 18 with that steal to Tyler's 12. Is that what you have?
What I got?
All right, we're going to move into round number 3. It's the filmography round. Here's what's going to happen. We are going to give 2 clues that will point to a fandom actor or actress. The players will then have to tell us who that actor or actress is based on the clues. They will each get 3 questions valued at 1, 2, and 3 points apiece. So, any questions from the players?
Nope.
No.
All right, Brittany, you're in the lead. Would you like your questions from set 1 or set 2?
Set 2, please.
All right, Tyler, you're going to get set 1. Mark, would you go ahead and read Tyler his questions in set 1?
Certainly. This is your 1-pointer. Who plays a Star Trek villain and a Middle-earth necromancer?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
That's correct for 1 point. Go into your 2-point question. Who voices a Pixar fish and plays a Worlds of DC mentor?
Willem Dafoe.
That's correct for another 2 points. This will be your 3-point question. Who voices a Transformer and plays a DC military villain?
That. Oh my God. Is that hard?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
All right, that is your second repeat.
Your question again. Who voices a Transformer and plays a DC military villain?
I'm going to say Judd Nelson.
That is correct for 3 points.
All right, so Tyler ties it up, if I'm not mistaken. Mark, is that what you have?
That is what I have.
All right, we're going to move over to Brittany. Brittany, I'll be giving you your questions in the filmography round. Are you ready?
Yep.
Your first question. Who plays an American spy and an MCU archer?
There we go. Jeremy Renner.
That is correct. For
Like
1
Hawkeye,
point.
what's his name?
That's there. Your 2-point question. Who plays a Star Wars Allegiant general and a Marvel cloning doctor?
Richard E. Grant.
That is correct for 2 points. And your 3-point question. Who voices a Disney animated animal and plays a Law and Order accountant?
Gilbert Gottfried.
That is correct for 3 points. So, Mark, I have Brittany now getting her total up to 24 to Tyler's 18.
Yep.
All right, we're going to move into round number 4. It is the it is the deep cut round. I had to think about that for a second. It's a deep cut round, and the players drafted categories and movies for the deep cut wheel. There are 8 movies that they drafted on this wheel. We are going to spin the wheel 5 times to get 5 questions for them from the deep cut movies. Each question is worth 2 points apiece. Tyler has 2 repeats remaining. Brittany has 3. Any questions?
Huh?
All right, the movies on the wheel today are The Matrix Resurrections, Beauty and the Beast, From Russia with Love, Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, Stardust, Mission Impossible Fallout, Halloween H2O 20 years later, and Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. So the first spin for the deep cut wheel is away, and it lands on Stardust. So, guys, your question in the film Stardust is, how long ago does the story begin according to the narrator? They both put that down pretty quick, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, they just watched them. So they should probably know it. I'm assuming so. I'm assuming so.
I would have won a lot of titles if that were the case. I watched. Never happened. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Tyler.
I said 18 years.
And Brittany.
Oh, I thought it was 150 years ago.
150 years ago.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, I know
So
what shit.
Brittany will go up to 26 to Tyler's 18 as we bring back the wheel. The next question is going to come from Stardust. So, Mark, as soon as you see the question, will you go ahead and read the question in Stardust?
Sure. Next Stardust question. Which prince is killed by poison?
Probably should have taken the wheel off the screen, but whatever. Who fucking cares?
It's not like that ever happens where wheels just stay on for entire matches. They're just there.
Has that happened?
I'm pretty sure somebody's done it before.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Brittany will go to you.
Said Tertius?
And Tyler.
Yeah, Tertius.
That is correct. 2 points apiece, making it 28-20 in favor of Brittany. You'll bring back the wheel. I swear to God. Wallace and Gromit, the curse.
Okay, there we go.
Wallace and Gromit, the curse of the Were-Rabbit. So your question from Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit, is as follows. While at tea with Lady Tottington, she offers Wallace to help himself. What does Wallace then eat? You love when you're asking a deep cut question and somebody says yes.
I just love this movie.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Cody's given the backstage.
He doesn't like exaggerated faces.
3, 2, 1. Go to Tyler.
A flower.
And Brittany.
A flower.
That is correct. So 30-22. Bring back the wheel for the 4th spin. Oh my God.
Oh my
God. Stardust. I hope you watched Stardust. So, Mark, you're reading Stardust questions today. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
All right, neat. Sure. Next Stardust question. What does Tristan take from Yvain before sneaking out and returning to Wall?
You sounded like you didn't know what you were reading, but they knew 100% what you were talking about.
You said Tristan. I was like,
I mean, forever ago.
That's good.
And I gotta say thank you for adding this movie. It's a delight to watch.
I really like it too.
Literature, famous literature. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. That one was for Cody. Let's go to Brittany.
Some of her hair.
And Tyler.
Yeah, a lock of her hair.
That is correct for 2 points apiece. So 24-32. We are officially out of knockout territory, and we are going to move to the final spin. I wonder if it'll be Stardust.
We'll never forget the movie if it was.
Yeah.
Halloween
H2O.
H2O.
There we go.
I will say, I wrote an H2O question that's not getting asked now that I was very proud of. Doesn't get to get asked now. But anyway, your question from Halloween H2O 20 years later. After Lori comes out from under the tables she is hiding under, she stabs Michael in the stomach with what type of object? Maybe did Tim stump?
Yeah. I'm guessing he just likes he likes the Myerses, right?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Tyler.
I said an axe.
And Brittany.
Oh, I said knife.
Both are incorrect. It's a flagpole. A flagpole.
Oh, goddamn, of course. Yeah.
No,
That
both
moment.
missed that. But 32-24 is the score coming out of round 4. Is that what you have, Mark?
Yes, that is right.
All right, we are going to get into round number 5. It is the normal betting round. Here's how it's going to work. We are going to say a category. Then you are going to decide whether you want to bet 0, 1, or 2 on the question. If you get the question right, you will gain those points. If you get the question wrong, you will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have run out of questions. Any questions from the players?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, the first category you can bet points on is fandom quotes. Let's get that started with Tyler.
Going with 2.
And Brittany.
Yeah, no, 0.
All right, here's the sitch. If Tyler hits this, we move on. If Tyler misses this, Brittany will become the 2-time fandom singles champion. Okay, your question. In fandom quotes. Which MCU hero said the quote, "You know what has never saved the world? Your sarcasm." I have opinions about this question, Mark, that I can't say right now. But if we move on, I will tell you. And if we don't move on, then you will never know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Brittany, we're going to start with you because you bet 0.
Yeah, I just went with Tony. I have no clue.
No. Let's go to Tyler.
I said Peter Quill.
And your winner and new Fandom Fight singles champion, Brittany Hapley. Mark, I feel bad that and your winner couldn't have been more exciting, but I am losing my voice. The answer was Fastos. Fastos. My opinion was that it was a trailer moment. It was a trailer moment. But thoughts on the match, Mark?
You know, it was pretty good. You know, they came out of round 1, matching each other. But you got to be honest, maybe had a couple of like uncharacteristic slip ups at the beginning, but then round number 2 happened, and it's just kind of what it is. Like Tyler got a few Wizard Room questions that he just didn't know, and Brittany was able to clean up on them, and he had to check down multiple choice, and just it's kind of how this division is, where if you just let up on the gas pedal just a little bit, it's kind of what happens.
Yeah, I think that first of all, 7-7 is still a gross score out of round number 1 in a title match. Like, to be like, oh, they had some slip ups. True, I agree with you 100%, but it's still a great score to be tied at with the current champion and the former champion teammates. They're obviously very good at this. Tyler clearly got a category he spun away from. Knew that if he gave up a point, Brittany was going to steal it. It's exactly what happened. But Brittany is now the 2 times singles champion. So it's very exciting stuff, but we're going to start by talking to Mr. Birch. Tyler, a couple questions here for you. Hi, Cody. You looked surprised. I
was on the top, so.
Oh, my God. Tyler, you lost your title today, but I think you played very, very well. And I got to feel like losing to a team partner, as someone who has done it, not trying to make a joke for Cody, it's a less of a blow when you're going up against somebody who you respect, that you have a lot of respect for, that you've studied with, and you know how good they can be. But it still sucks. It still isn't fun to lose something that you worked so hard for. So how are you feeling? I do think you played fantastic. Sweeping in round number 3 is hard to do, and you did it. And I think that those deep cut questions were tough, and you were able to pull out the ones you needed to make it into round 5. So how are you feeling?
I actually feel great, if I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, later I'll feel terrible about losing it and get angry at myself. But but right now, like, I feel like I played pretty good. I mean, keeping pace with Brittany in round one. I mean, I would have had the lead if I had just generalized what I put in that Middle Earth question. Round two, she swept Law and Order. Honestly, I knew not like I would have got 9 on that one. Just because for some reason I couldn't remember Ellis for the life of me. It's just round two. I knew that Wizarding World, because it's getting so deep, that's why I didn't want to take it. And so I knew it was going to be a trouble. So I tried to navigate it as best as I could. But like hitting the 3, I felt a lot more confident for filmography than I did last time. I mean, I know last time was really, really shaky. But this time, like, I was like, oh, it's Judd Nelson, but let me repeat just in case. The Stardust missed in round 4. Honestly, they talk about how it's been the story with Dunstan takes place 18 years before the main story, but they also say 150 years ago. So it's kind of a coin flip on which one it was going to be. I just landed on the wrong side of it, but I knew the 150. And then obviously Quotes just sucks. I mean, there's no way, like you do what you can, but there's no, you just do what you can on that. But honestly, like I really feel good. Brittany played a hell of a game. She's always deserved to be the champion. But honestly, like, I feel like I can take her now. Like last year when I played her in the tournament final, I was shaky every time. I was doubting myself. I had a real hard time with it. This time I didn't feel that way. I felt like it was within grasp. I mean, if round 2 went differently, I think we would have went a lot farther into round 5. And that just makes me feel really good because it just makes me realize how good I've gone at this and how good I'm going to keep getting at this. And so yeah, it sucks to lose, but I'm just really excited now just to come back and play her and get that belt. And I'm going to be bringing Creature Feature, so I hope she's ready for it.
I fucking love this attitude from you, Tyler. Cody, thoughts on how Tyler played today?
Yeah, I mean, we started the year, honestly, me, Brittany, and Tyler, like, I didn't know much about them. I knew their talent level, but I didn't know them as people. We've developed, like, a friendship over the year, and, like, I enjoy watching how confident Tyler has grown, because I would say from the beginning, we lacked confidence in certain areas, but then he's in there shooting. I think that's how crazy the team is. Like, the Wizarding World, like, they've both talked numerous times, like, yeah, they watch those movies a ton, they know all the stuff, but it's getting so deep now. Neither one really wanted that category in round 2. It just happened the wheel didn't want to work very hard today and just continuing using the same stuff over and over.
Wizarding World,
yeah.
Law and Order.
But I think this just shows a different layer. They both scored 7. He could have gotten 8 out of round 1, which, I mean, if you would have pulled the general problem, they probably don't say Tyler could outscore Brittany in round 1, which, again, stop sleeping on him. And then he sleeps. I know, like, in our teams, he always takes the 1 in filmography. For him to sweep filmography, I know had to be, like, a high point for him to definitely. And he lost to Abel in that triple threat or that match or the singles match at the beginning of the year because of Fandom Quotes. I led a mission to get Fandom Quotes out of this, and it's leaving this season. So, it took you out of, kind of. But it's no longer a separate category. You know what I mean? So we never have to worry about 5 straight questions from Quotes. So with that being said, like, and of course it's the one that took the belt away from Tyler at the very end. So Quotes sucks. So, blame it on Quotes. That's what we've done this season. So. But I'm excited. He's ready to play Brittany again. And Creature Features, that man is pumped about that. And me and Brittany.
I follow him on Instagram. I saw his Jurassic Park tweet or Instagram. I'm there for it. Tyler, great job today. Really, really great. I'm looking forward to seeing you play next season now because I love this confidence coming out of the match. Fantastic stuff. We will see you next season. And if we haven't already, we'll see you in the teams match as we bring in Brittany and Cody again. I like taking him out and bringing him back. I think it's fun. Brittany, 2 times champion. It's got to feel pretty good. How are we feeling?
Yeah, it does feel really good. I mean, it kind of sucks. Bittersweet to take it from Tyler, but to start the year winning the belt and then to end the year winning the belt and to win the belt in 2 totally different ways, like, is really cool, to do the free-for-all and then actually do it the old-fashioned way. And I had to beat 4 champions to do this. So, like, it was quite the Robert, David, and Joe.
I like that. That's a good. I never thought about that. That's fucking awesome.
So I think this feels honestly more earned than, even though that 3-hour feat was crazy. I think this feels a little more earned. And yeah, again, it sucks to have it taken from Tyler, but this was also just a really fun match. And to be the first ever 2 times, I can't even explain how exciting that is. That's really, really, really cool. And to have my belt back, I'm happy. But I just want to say for Tyler, I thought he killed it today. He basically outplayed me in round 1. Again, those Wizarding World questions were freaking tough. So, and then I was really proud that I swept round 3. And then, what the hell? Come on, quotes, first question, any chance he had to come back. The randomizer's like, no, not today.
That's what the second category was.
Scores and soundtracks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, the randomizer didn't want Tyler to win, clearly. So I'm just going to say it now. Last year was Joe's year. This year, for the most part, was my year. Next year, it's going to be Tyler's year. Calling it right now. I know it's weird me saying with the belt, but I just know the drive he has, and with the new movies coming in, I think it's going to be his year next year, and I'm excited to see what he does.
I obviously I said you're the 2-time champion, but you said something that made me think. You said the first. I think that's accurate. I think you are the first person to ever lose this belt and then actually get it back. Nick never lost it. Scully never got it back. Rizzy never got it back. So insanity. I never even thought about that. That's true. Cool. The first not only to get it twice, but to be the first person to do that. Joe hasn't been able to do it. You haven't. That's insane. Cody, your thoughts? I agree with Brittany's sentiments. I should say. I think that she had a great season overall. Very cool how this happened from the beginning of the year with the free-for-all to the end of the year now, taking on a bunch of champions. I love that story. I think that's fantastic. But do you agree, Cody, that next year is going to be Tyler's year with these new categories? Or do you think that Brittany is going to hold on to this thing for a while again?
Listen, these two are freaks when it comes to this game. Not only do they take it so seriously, which I think as showrunners, you guys respect, as a manager, I respect, that I don't do a ton, but I sit back and trust them to go out and do what they're supposed to do, and they put their work. And when they miss a question, they're not happy with it, they're frustrated, they take it. This is like a sport. They're taking it 100% serious, 100 away. I don't know if it's Tyler's season next season, because I wouldn't count Brittany out ever. I could see next season trading the title back and forth is what I could really see happening. I honestly, scary. Brittany is now probably out. Well, she'll be out of Last One Standing. I could see Tyler winning Last One Standing, doing a very similar fate to her. It's just, we were so pissed after that last title match that she played that we wanted this back. It just happened to be in Tyler's hand. So she was really motivated. But again, you're going to either adapt and be successful or die with the new categories. We saw it this season. Joe was not able to fully adapt to the level he was and able to go back and win the belt. So I wouldn't count either one of them out. But hey, I get to enjoy. You know what? I'll make a claim right now. Next year is the year of Cody round 2, because I get to just sit back in the passenger seat and say, turn left, turn right, let's cross the finish line. So it's going to be a fun year.
Brittany, one last thing. Cody alluded to it. You're sitting out of the free-for-all, the last one standing, whatever the fuck. You're sitting out. So your thoughts on the potential in that free-for-all. We see people like Tyler Birch in there. Kastner's going to be in there. Fairley's going to be in there. Your thoughts on it now that you're sitting from the outside?
I mean, I think Tyler's going to be the front runner, but you can't count Joe or Robert out either. But also,
Abel too is another person.
Oh, Abel, yeah, obviously can't count him out. But it'd also be cool to see someone new, or someone like Igor, just someone just win or get the MVP. I think that'd just be really, really cool to have someone new get one of those two.
It's
honestly,
weird. She said
as much
Igor,
as
and she meant me. I'm gonna win this.
Oh, you're playing. Oh, Cody's. Yeah, he's gonna win it all, 100%.
It's confirmation that Cody Newberry is back in Fandom Fights next year.
I'm back in Fandom Fights. I will see you next year. Me and the Big Chill teams. Brittany and Tyler, our managers, will be back.
What?
Taking the belts from
here
not
first,
really.
folks. Very exciting. Brittany, congrats on being the first 2-time Fandom Fights singles champion. And thank you, Brittany, ahead of time for writing the free-for-all. So, Mark, let's get final thoughts from you as we close this one out.
Great, Brittany won the title and got a job. That's sweet. I'm so glad I got to be here for this because, it is so fun to just watch Brittany play and just kind of see how much her game is elevated in just such a short period of time. And then same thing with Tyler. And I think kind of the one thing that would be really scary, for Tyler to be his competitor, is if he was just fully confident going into matches. And now that he has that, I don't know, it's going to be insane next year.
Amen to that. All right. Well, that is going to do it for us today at Fandom Fights. Thank you to Mark for co-hosting this. Thank you to Tyler, Brittany, Cody. Watch all the other matches happening at the final act. We got Duel of the Fates going up against Wookiee Mistake. Haven't shot it yet. Don't know what's going on there. We got a couple of melee matches that I'm trying to remember what they are. It's a 4-way. There's a 4-way singles for the belt. And then there's teams playing, probably people I don't like. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know who's playing. Mark, who's playing? You do shit over there.
Well, I know at least the 4-way. We got Boatman going up against Bobby Kastner, going up against David Nishimoto, and going up against Adelaide Spence. And then in the team style match, got Ginyu going up against Judgment City again.
Okay, I like some of those people. There's some people in there I like, so fair. So all right, that's what you got to look forward to, and of course, don't want to forget Cody Newberry himself is defending his FanZone debate title against Kirk Kowalkowski. So be sure to watch all of that. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Nick for writing. I forgot to say that. We'll see you guys next time on another great episode of Fandom Fights, or maybe next year. I don't know. I might be dead. Bye.
But again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Goodbye, old friend.
Kitty has to go.